This is Sandy. She's a little scared right now because the roofers are making a lot of noise, but she's drugged. We're going to do some cooking. So let me turn this around on me. Sandy. Hey, girlie. It's okay. Don't be afraid. Iggy's also zoned out a little. They're both drugged a little. Got to keep them calm. Okay. So Sandy's a little nervous. So am I. Day 5 of roofing. They weren't supposed to come today. I'm fresh out of the shower. I was going to go run errands, and now I'm trapped because all the trucks are already in the driveway. So since I'm trapped, I'm going to go ahead and bake a cake. What the heck? Give you guys another video. This will be a packaged cake. Chocolate chip with a glaze, a poke cake I've never done before. The glaze is going to be chocolate orange essence, and I might put a little orange in the mix too. Going to show it to you, going to talk less if I can. That's very hard. Very, very hard for me, but I will try. Onward to the kitchen, let's cook. So who's in the mood for cake? As you can see, my cake box is open. I am the queen of making half cakes. It's only Pete and I, and we do try to watch our desserts. So I've actually already used half of this cake before. So I'm only going to use half to make it. But if you're going to make it for a crowd and just follow the directions. What you need for your packaged cake is some water. I'm only using a 1/4 cup because I'm using half. You'll need some Crisco or other vegetable oil. I'm only using a broken 1/4 cup because I am making half a cake. 2 room temperature eggs, my orange flavoring, or it's actually natural, to look at it there, pure orange extract. There we go. We'll be putting that in the cake and on the frosting or on the glaze. I'll be using powdered sugar and boiling water for the glaze, as well as the orange extract. And boiling water, I got that already. I will be using my metal straw to poke holes in it so that we can get the frosting down into the cake. We'll do that after it's finished baking. No plastic straws for us because oh gosh, I don't know if you can hear that. The dogs just spotted the roofers. Okay, so I've also buttered the bottom of my pan, and I'm going to hand mix my cake batter because I don't like using electricity because we never know when we're going to have it. I'm going to shut up now. I have no idea if you can hear me. Wow. So the roofers are putting the solar panels back on. The dog spotted them, and I don't know if you heard that, but I had to quit. That was terrible. All right, so I've added all of my ingredients to my bowl, and I'm going to whip it up. What we have in here are the 2 eggs, the orange extract, the oil, the water, and I think that's it. So I will mix this up and get it into the bottom of my pan. So I have this all beaten up. I have this great beater. It comes apart. You can clean it. But it's not going to come apart right now because I need 2 hands. Anyway, one thing you should be aware of if you're going to make a half cake is that the entire cake only calls for 3 eggs. So when you make this with 2 eggs, it will be, if you do a half box, it will be very light and fluffy because there's more egg in it. And you might have to add a little flour if it looks a little runny. Which is what I did. Those are the white specks you see. I put in like a tablespoon of flour just to make sure that it will be thick enough to hold it together as a cake. But as you can see, sorry for my hand, that's a pretty good cake batter right there. So we're going to pour that into our cake pan. So I just wanted to show you my taken apart beater here. This is a brand called OXO, O-X-O. And I love them because they're really easy to hold on to. They're made really well. I don't like electric appliances really that much. Like even my Instapot and my crock pot, they get in the way. So if you ever see the Oxpot beater, I can't even talk. The OXO beater. It's like crock pot, Instapot, OXO beater. Give it a try if you like. I can try to link it. So here's my cake all ready to go into the oven. And if you're baking a 1 round of a cake, you would bake this for 25 minutes. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And then we'll put a toothpick in it and see if it's a toothpick in it, see if it's done. So goodbye, cake. Have a good bake. And I'm going to set my timer for 25 minutes. And we'll check on it. Yep, there we go. We'll check on it then. And I'm going to start making my glaze. While the cake is baking, I'm going to make my glaze. I don't really use a recipe for the glaze. I sort of eyeball most of it. I've put in 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar heaping, so it's probably more like 4 tablespoons. I have a teaspoon of my orange extract, which is going to go in. And then I have some boiling water, and I am going to put in 2 tablespoons of that to start. And then we're just going to start mixing and see how it goes. So here we go. I'm measuring my tablespoon. And oh, I forgot my whisk. I will pour this in, and all I'm going to do is just whisk it together, and you'll see the finished product. Things are crazy today, so I don't know how much I'm showing you. It's nuts. This is a crazy video. Bye. So I should be embarrassed by this video, but I'm not. I am not a baker. I have always been very honest. Oops, there's my hand again. Very honest about that. I am not a baker. I'm a maker, not a baker. Um, that was not enough powdered sugar, and it was way too much water. So I just sort of measured and stirred and measured and stirred until I got the consistency that I wanted. Um, it was probably like 6 tablespoons of powdered sugar with the water that I had already added. So this is now perfect. It smells so amazing. It's going to taste so good on that chocolate cake. So I am going to, when the cake comes out, poke holes in it with this. And that's going to be a mess because the holes, it's going to get clogged up, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I will show you the cake when it comes out after I've poked holes in it. You don't need to see the rest. I will try not to bore you. My cake is finally cooled, so we are going to poke some holes in it so that the glaze will go down in and take that flavor all inside. I've literally never made a poke cake before. I suppose you could make it prettier than this. I have no idea how many holes to poke in it. I'm just going to poke them till it feels done. Somebody told me just use your heart. So I'm using my heart. I think that's good. Anyone making poke cakes? Gonna give me better directions? Look, all that cake's up in there now. That'll be fun. Okay, so now I have my glaze, and we're just gonna take it from, see, oh, you know what, I need to stir it a little. Hold on, my goodness. Let it set too long. All right, got a little bit of a surface there. So we'll get that straightened out. Okay. I will be completely honest with you. I may not have the cleanest stove or the cleanest oven, but that's because I use it all the time. And we do clean it. I have a helper who comes and cleans for me. And we clean the oven probably every 2 months or so. It's just that I cook so much, and I'm constantly spilling. I even have shields in there to keep it from spilling so much or staining and everything and being too hard to clean. But it's like a constant battle around here to keep it clean. So interestingly enough, all of that sort of pooled up. So I'm just going to take a knife and get that good tasting glaze down inside the cake. But well, we're going to have it for dessert tonight. It's almost 5 o'clock. I'm going to start dinner. It's been a long day. The roofers are still here. It's no fun, I have to tell you. But I smell alcohol too. That orange essence or orange flavoring or orange extract is very alcoholic. Okay, there you go. I'm done with this video. Maybe we'll show you us tasting it later, but maybe not. Have a good one.